Now look at this one. See? I mean, that thing, it takes forever for this to stop rocking. Look at that. Now, what that tells me is that this spring tension and the distance that this is travelling from the head back to the position to get the next boom, boom, squidgy, whatever you're doing, is going to come back nice and quickly. So it's not the question of how fast the foot's going down, it's how fast the release from the fast beat for the pedal to come back. So it's primary importance to make sure that this thing has got a lot of rock in it, and you can either go this way and give it a little nudge. When you tighten it up, you know, make sure it's very well oiled. If you use a Ludwig Speed King, put some Vaseline in the bearings, okay? Pop the little caps off, stick some Vaseline in there. That's better than oil, it lasts longer. And then of course, there is one problem that you get when you start adjusting a pedal, is the beater tends to take a steeper angle from the bass drum. And if you watch what happens when you take it back, the plate lifts. So then, this, if you see this camshaft around here, virtually every bass drum pedal has an adjustment. It is to allow you to drop the bass drum pedal foot plate angle back down. Because what will happen, if it's too high, you still maybe have the speed, but you've got a lot further to push down, and you put more weight onto the pedal, and this ends up going through that on the back head. You end up totaling your drum head, and you stick this through it, and you don't want to do that, especially at a gig. It's the worst thing in the world for a drummer to lose a bass drum while he's playing. So it's primary importance to make sure this is right, and the condition of your bass drum head is always, if it looks like you're going, oh, I don't know whether I'll get another gig out of that, change it. Because if you're at a gig, Sod's Law or Thor's Law will tell you that bass drum beat is going to go through the head, and you're going to be playing. Bang! Ah! Then the bass player's up there, isn't he? Oi! What's the matter with you? And you say, what? My bass drum's broken. Then of course the band have to wait for you while you take the old one off, put a new one on. It takes about 5–10 minutes, doesn't it? So, very important. Pedal speed, look at that, lovely. Oh yes. Took me 3 months to get these worked out. I must admit, it's a long process. Anybody got any questions they'd like to ask me? I'll give you a t-shirt for the first sensible question we get. Come on. How long have I been playing? 10 years. With Maiden. No, actually it's 12. No, I've been playing nearly 30 years. I started when I was his age. In fact, I started about a year younger than him. Yeah, long time, eh? I'm an old man. I don't look it though, do I? Oh, you may be wondering how I got a broken nose. Well, in the earlier days, instead of using a mallet on a gong, right, I used to headbutt it. So I'll be at the gong stand like this. Right, and the gong would go like this. But I wouldn't get out of the way, and it'd come back. So I got a flat nose from the gong. So I decided it's better off if I headbutt it and lean backwards like this. Right? Well, you can imagine what happened then, can't you? Ah! All right, anybody else? Hang on, gets a t-shirt. He gets a t-shirt, that young man. What's that? Where? Ah. A Janista t-shirt. Not many of them about. Yeah, all right. Thank you very much. Anybody else got a question they'd like to ask me? Then I'm going to play for you and piss off. Who said that? Oh, hello, mate. I didn't see you lot up there. All right. You ain't got body odour or anything like that up there, have you? Just come down and join the folks down here. No, I'm only joking. Ask your question. No. I don't use two pedals, no. I'll show you something. Now, oh yeah, I suppose what's primary is not really necessarily how fast you can get at things. I mean, there's a lot of drummers that go and study and play and do rudiments, all this one-handed. You know what I'm good at with one hand, don't you? Anyway. The thing about playing fast patterns, especially with a bass drum part, even if you've got 1 or 2 power, getting the bass drum working for you. Okay. Okay, so there you are, you see, you have just 1 extra bass drum beat going into the beat, into the pattern. This is purely for practicing. Now you can use this for drum fills later on, once you've got that bass drum working. Then what you do with that is you don't necessarily have to get it that fast, okay? Because a lot of times bands aren't going to play that fast. Maiden do, because that's the way that's the style of playing we are. But then you put a 4-beat grouping on top of that, on the top of the kit, on the tom-tom, still keeping the bass drum. That's it. So you get your foot working, and then when you take all the rest of this shit away, you can play with a bass player. Okay, I'm going to knock it on the head. Let me see. Oh, before I do that, I'm going to tell you about this set of drums over here, because we didn't speak about these. These are the maple shells. Who's familiar with it, the song, will know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't know it, too bad. Can I say? All right, I'll see you later.